Have you ever wondered why somebody would pay a property deal sourcer £5,000 for a property that is sat right there on Rightmove, and why they wouldn't just skip them and buy this property themselves? Well, there's a little known secret behind why this happens, and in this video I'm going to explain it. And how do I know this? Because I've been a deal sourcer since 2015 and I've been involved with hundreds of deals, and a large majority of those deals have been sat on Rightmove. I've also taught many of my students this exact little secret, like Georgia and James. They found this deal right here on Rightmove in South Wales. They packaged this deal together and I then posted it out to my list of investors on my WhatsApp group, putting their number at the bottom so they get direct access to the investors, and they sold that deal for a £5,000 fee. And that wasn't a one-off. They've sold many deals using the exact same secret I'm going to share with you in this video today. Oh, and if you're interested, if you want to know how it works posting deals to my list of investors, check out the description. Now, of course, I've been faced with the objections many times when trying to sell these deals to investors. What stops me from buying this deal myself if it's sat on Rightmove? So I'm going to share with you not only how you persuade somebody how to hand over their hard-earned cash for something they can seemingly do themselves, I'm also going to give you the exact script you can use to overcome that objection and kill it every single time. But before I do that, let me explain to you why people think this way, because if you don't understand that, you won't be able to convince them otherwise. So I'm going to give you two scenarios. So imagine I was standing in front of this drinking fountain and I had a bottle of water and a sign that says water £5. Imagine now 10 people walked past me with this sign. How many of those 10 people do you believe would give me £5 for this bottle of water? If your answer was 0, maybe 1, because some people don't like tap water and they prefer Highland Spring because it is the most healthiest water you can buy, then I think you probably would be right. However, if I took this same bottle of water and I took this same sign to this man digging a hole in the desert, and I took it to 10 other guys in the desert digging holes, what do you think the percentage of those people that would give me £5 for this bottle of water would be? Now, if you said 9 or 10, I think you'd have a strong chance of being correct. So this is the big secret, but please don't tell anybody. Imagine if I was taking this property in Middlesbrough and I was trying to sell it to Lewis. Now, Lewis is a prolific investor in the Northeast. He's been involved with hundreds of deals. If this property was sat on Rightmove, do you think Lewis would pay me a fee for this property? If you answered no, then I believe you would be probably correct. Now, let's say I take that exact same deal and I pitch it to Stefan, a chiropractic clinic owner that lives in Essex, which, by the way, has no desire to be a property investor, no time or inclination to learn this himself, but does want to park his money into an asset because he's earning very well from his business, and also wants an asset that's going to give him a higher return on his capital than buying locally in Essex. Plus, that deal sitting on Rightmove comes with research and local area knowledge, a network in that location, the property viewed for him, we've already put together, all the numbers run and analysed, a strategy how he's going to finance this deal, the estate agent contacts, the letting agent contacts, the builder contacts, the surveyor contacts, and all the other things that go into being a property investor. What do you think the likelihood of Stefan now paying a fee for this property would be? If you said high, I think you would be correct. In fact, I'm certain you would be correct. How do I know this? Because Stefan did actually buy that property. He didn't only buy that property from me, he also bought this property as well. And guess what? Stefan's never ever seen the properties in person himself or driven up there because he's busy running his other business, and he bought a service from me, not a link from Rightmove. You see, Stefan was the equivalent of your guy digging the ditch in the desert. And that is the big secret. You need to find your desert diggers, because your desert diggers are not just buying a link on Rightmove, they're buying a service from you. But as I said, even though I understand this, people buying the deals from me over the years have still faced me with that same objection. Why wouldn't I do this myself? And this is the exact script I have used over the years to kill that objection every single time. So firstly, when you're dealing with an objection, you want to first of all agree with the person. You don't make a sale by winning an argument. You've got to agree with them, make them know that you understand. And then you just say, hey, yeah, I totally understand it is sat on Rightmove. However, would you have the time to go up and do maybe 50 viewings? Because we had to view a lot of properties before we identified this was a good fit. Do you actually know the good streets, the bad streets in the area? Have you got any builders in the area? So when you face it back to them, asking them questions around this, and you say, obviously I get this is on Rightmove, but it's took me years to understand this location, build the network, get the understanding, get relationship with the agents to get these prices. So we're selling you a service, not just a link on Rightmove. And of course you could go and do that yourself, But with all due respect, I believe if you could, you probably wouldn't be sitting in front of me thinking about paying me £5,000 for a property, whether it's online or offline. So it's a service that we're providing you with, not just a link on Rightmove. Does that make sense? And you've got to make sure you tone this correctly, but this kills that objection every single time. But to be able to have that objection, you need to be able to have deals. So make sure you watch this video here about how to find deals on Rightmove.